Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Poltergeist by Tobe Hooper. I know it's considered an unofficial Spielberg film as he wrote and produced it. Apparently it was initially meant to be a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Do check out my video on it. But once Spielberg pitched the idea to Hooper, they came to the conclusion that it would work better as a horror film. I have no idea about the plot of the film, but I was aware of this classic horror thriller. I also have no clue as to who's starring in it. To be honest, I wasn't the biggest horror fan before starting this channel, since most of the recent, and by recent I mean last 20 or 25 years, recent horror films felt like jump scare cash grab movies to me. I've since changed my mind after watching amazing films like The Shining and The Exorcist. I'm just excited to watch more of Steven Spielberg's writing and to watch my first Tobe Hooper film since I haven't watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre yet. To help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full reactions, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy of the film to watch along, of course. Please consider being a patron so I can post more than 2 videos a week. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. With all that being said, let's get started with Poltergeist. Spielberg, let's go. Starting off with a lot of static from the TV. I think we're being introduced to a family because we saw the dad falling. I'm assuming the dad fall asleep in front of the TV. There's the mom and a couple of children. We're zooming in to the daughter's face, so I'm guessing she'd be important to the plot of the film. She must be like 5 years old. She's already showing us that she can act because there was almost a 20 or 25-second shot on her and she didn't break character, so she's already a good actor for her age.
What do you look like? Hey, hello! Hello! I can't hear you!
Was that Baby Yoda in the background? Or just Yoda? It is a family and the little girl seems to be talking to static on the TV. I bet this film had epilepsy warnings before showing it because there's so many flashing lights which might disorient a lot of people. The scenery completely just changed and we see Steven Spielberg's name. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. I think he did the music for Alien, if I'm correct. I'm already enjoying the music a lot. It sounds way too joyful for a horror film, but that's what Steven Spielberg does. He did it with Jaws as well. Hooper hasn't formally introduced any of his characters yet. We only get to know about them indirectly. So far I haven't noticed too many handheld shots. Most of the camera work seems to be a little static. It probably goes with the tone of the film. Oh no! I see a clown in the film. Oh man. That's never a good thing in a horror film. The tree looks like it almost has arms and a face on it. It looks like a face is sticking out of the tree. It is Star Wars and Darth Vader and Yoda. Interesting choice of lighting from Tobe Hooper because the TV was making the same flashing lights just like the thunder. Ooh, there's a poster of Alien in the background too. So Alien came out in '79 and I'm guessing Empire Strikes Back came out in 1981, so both of the films must be very popular. The music seems a little too quiet for this scene. The boy keeps staring at the tree and the girl is staring at the goldfish. I wonder what the significance of it is. I hate clowns.
It's thundering.
Yeah, they cut off the music when there's character development going on. We hear the national anthem again. I'm starting to wonder what the significance of it is in the film. Oh, it's probably the last transmission before switching off. Yep, in the mid-90s, we used to have cable channels which ran till 11 p.m. and they used to shut down till 5 a.m. Now it's all 24 hours. The epilepsy lights are back. The flashing. Carol Ann is a little too curious for her own good. I like the mirror in the background. It adds extra tension to the film. There are disturbances in the static. Very decent special effects for the time. What am I... What? It just shot a beam or something at the wall. Yeah, they probably think it's an earthquake since they're common.
Well, who did you mean? Who's here?
The TV people. Hey!
The glass just broke from the bottom.
I'm out of here.
Bye, honey.
I'm out of here.
Carol Ann is looking at static again. This is like the third supernatural thing we've seen in the last 5 minutes. Again, no music at all. It's that place where the beam thing landed. I'm feeling very unsettled because the director is not directly addressing the issues he's introducing to the film.
TV people.
The mom's starting to believe.
Uh-huh.
Do you see them?
Uh-uh. Do you?
She's justifiably scared.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So the father is a real estate agent. Oh, we see the clouds and the lightning again. Why is she so excited? She doesn't see this as supernatural? Steven is freaking the hell out.
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances, like
What kind of disturbances?
furniture moving around by themselves.
It's that tree again. This is very good framing from the director.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000.
Oh my god! What? So the tree just came in and grabbed the child? And there's light coming out of the closet? Everything's getting sucked into the closet. There goes the clown. Bye, clown. Oh, he's getting absorbed into the tree. Oh, I'm really enjoying the practical effects. Oh, crap. She literally got sucked into some sort of portal. Oh, so the tree got sucked into the tornado. Oh, no, no. It's the clown, it's the clown. The whole film just switched tones. The music is so mysterious. Oh my god, it's come from the TV. The mom is terrified now.
This Diane.
Parapsychology is what I'm reading in the background.
We keep the room locked up and the rest of the house.
How many disturbances have you recorded in the room?
So the most supernatural thing they've seen is a toy car move. And look at the expression on their faces. I love the reveal. Oh my god! There's a clown on a bed and everything's just spinning around. These are not practical effects, these are special effects. And they're done very well. Well, they didn't have the shadows down back in 1982, but the rest of it is very well done.
We've been trying
Oh
to
my
hold
God, they're
ourselves
scared.
together as a family. Whether your home is haunted is not very easy. What I meant to say was it might very well be a poltergeist intrusion instead of a classic haunting. Poltergeist are usually associated with an individual. Hauntings seem to be connected with an area. Are you telling me that all of this could just suddenly end at any time? Yes, it could. Then we don't have much time, Dr. Lush, because my daughter is alive somewhere inside this house.
Look at the dog staring at the ceiling.
Can you find me? Can you find a way home to us, baby?
Stuff is falling randomly from the ceiling.
Something took a bite out of me.
If that is the way out, then maybe somewhere in this house there's a way in.
Oh, it must be the closet. Because if stuff is coming out from there, we saw Carol Ann going in through the closet.
Some people believe that when people die, there's a wonderful light
Some people die, but they don't know that they've gone.
I like how half of her face is lit and half of it isn't.
Some people
It shows a divide in her character.
just get lost.
Again, Hooper is choosing not to include music. I just heard a sound. Probably from outside. Oh no, it's not. It's the stake, it's moving. What? Maggots? It's the bright light. Ugh. That's a dummy head. The practical effects here are okay. It looks disgusting. Oh, he was imagining it. So it was a hallucination. Something's about to happen. Look at the visual effects. It's in the shape of a human. This had to be really hard to achieve back in the 80s. It's pretty well done. Oh, there are a lot of them, just not only one. From what I understand so far, ghosts or poltergeists are in purgatory and they don't realize that they're dead. Thank goodness they're sending the son to the grandparents, or at least the grandmom.
Try not to worry. Thank you.
Tell me something. Are you happy here?
It's his boss, okay.
Forgive me for
See, jump scare in horror films in the 70s and 80s
understand.
were so well done.
We've done it before.
We've done it before.
76. Right down there.
That's a huge reveal.
Mr. Verdi?
Everything just made
300
sense.
acres, and let me tell you.
300 acres. So the whole of the suburb was built on a cemetery. And that's why we're seeing all the dead spirits.
I'm hanging back.
That's an
You're jamming
odd
my
voice.
frequencies.
She's going straight to the room.
Your daughter is alive and in this house. Right now, she's the closest thing to that. And that is a terrible distraction.
Her high-pitched voice makes it extra creepy.
It keeps Caroline very close to it and away from the spectral light. It is the beast.
Wow. So the poltergeist or the beast is actually holding Carol Ann hostage to prevent the other ghosts from passing on to the next plane.
Now let's go get your daughter.
I like that. I really like her acting. I feel like this is the beginning of the final act of the film. The music is wrapping up and they have a goal in mind which they want to achieve.
Carol Ann, do you see a light?
The sound design is so good. I can hear it from the left side of my ear to the right and the left to the right. The sound mixing is really well done.
Run to the light, baby! Mommy is in the light.
I feel so bad for the mother. The lighting in this scene is excellent. And I think we're getting a glimpse into the portal which sucked Carol Ann in. Oh no. I thought something was about to happen to Steven. The lighting and the visual effects in the film are excellent. The practical effects are good too, but the visual effects in particular are very good. For the budget and the time. Oh, it went through the portal and came out from the other side, from the ceiling. The choice in music is very interesting too. I would have expected more of a downbeat horror music, whereas the beats per minute are pretty high.
Tell him to take up the slack gently.
That's a very good mixture of both physical, special and practical effects. Ew. Wow, this is almost like goodbye music. Oh, what a scene. And she's gone. Wow, the shadows are really well done. And the lighting as well. Wow! That was amazing. Ugh. Holy crap, the head that I just saw was so well made. It was a very good mixture of practical and special effects. That looked way more convincing than the ghosts we saw earlier. They got Carol Ann back.
Baby.
Aww.
Hi, Daddy. This house is clean.
I like that. I like the fact that her voice makes the whole thing, her high-pitched voice makes the whole thing so more creepier than it.
She didn't seem to remember any of it.
Hooper and Spielberg have to address the head we saw coming out of the portal.
Every hair is wet.
I like the fact that in this film, mirrors were not used in a scary manner, and they were just there because it was a common trope. That subverted my expectations. Because I was, half of the time I was looking at the mirrors for signs of paranormal activity, but there were none. So I really appreciate that. There's the clown again. They should throw that away and not take it while moving. That was another subverted expectation. I expected something scary with the clown, which didn't come true. Not a fan of this clown at all. Just turn it the other way or put it back in the closet. Hello, Yoda. Oh no. He's hearing sounds again. And the clown is missing. Oh my. Start screaming, man. Get some attention now. It's not under the bed. Preparing for a jump scare. That was so well done. Oh man, it's dragging him under the bed. On the top of the head. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. How did they shoot that? Is it one of those rolling sets like Kubrick used in 2001? Or Chris Nolan in Inception? The light is back again. Oh. It's the beast. Because that's clearly not a human head. I love the detail on the prop. And a great mix of special and practical effects because they... Oh, baby. I can't seem to recall where the father is right now. What? It's one of the dead bodies from the cemetery, another one. Oh, it's an actual coffin, not a tombstone. So they did not remove the cemetery. So they just built on top of it because the bodies are still down there. Oh, thank goodness it's the neighbor. What a beautiful shot. It's zooming in and tracking out at the same time to create so much distance. Kubrick used this so well in his films. It's almost like an endless hallway. Wow. And it is an endless hallway, pretty much. This time the portal is different. And it's almost like a road to hell. Well, that's not a strong grip. I hope it is. Oh. Look at that tentacle looking thing coming out of the portal. So many of them. The boss is freaking out.
You son of a bitch, you moved the cemetery, but you left the bodies, didn't you?
Exactly.
You son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones!
Holy crap. it's not just their house anymore. It's starting around the entire neighborhood. Wow. What is happening? Is the house breaking down? Wow. It's getting sucked into the portal. I don't think anybody's seen an effect like this before, because I certainly haven't watched it in a film before. I can't believe we haven't seen a single police officer the entire movie, or any law enforcement in general. And I have to question why the family was reluctant to involve the authorities. I love the ending. The music just kicked in as well. And it's peaceful music, finally indicating that they're safe. I really, really enjoyed the film. Okay, I took a couple of minutes to collect my thoughts. Firstly, Poltergeist was a very entertaining thriller film with horror elements to it. The main theme of the film seemed to be not the poltergeist or the ghosts, but the family unit and the love they have for each other and how they pull through together at the end. This is a stark contrast to Close Encounters, where Spielberg made one of the leads of the film, Roy, leave his family to travel with the extraterrestrials. The change in Spielberg's writing can be seen clearly as he moved towards a more family-friendly films in the second half of his career. With a couple of notable exceptions like Schindler's List, Minority Report, and The Terminal, Tobe and Spielberg did a very good job in creating an unsettling atmosphere and getting us into the plot of the film. I, however, have some thoughts about the film which I feel like I need to talk about. So let's get started with the directing and writing, which go hand in hand in this movie. The film, as we know, was directed by Tobe Hooper and written by Steven Spielberg. I'm not sure how much creative control Hooper had over the film because it really felt like a Steven Spielberg movie. Starting from the music to the story structure, it just seemed a little too much in Spielberg's style. Look, I'm not complaining for a second. I just feel like I haven't seen Tobe Hooper shine as the director of the film. Unlike previous films I watched on the channel, each director had his own or had her own distinctive style of storytelling. For instance, I could tell if it was a Tarantino or Scorsese film within 5 minutes, even if I've never watched the film before. Their style is so distinctive. But I cannot make the same statement for Hooper in Poltergeist. This is necessarily not a bad thing because the end result was very good, but I'd like to have seen Hooper's style of direction. I guess I need to see his other films before I form a proper opinion on him. Spielberg's writing was great as usual. The film had a pretty straightforward story of the poltergeist, referred to as the Beast in the film, which took Carol Ann hostage to prevent the dead spirits from passing onto the next plane of existence. The performance by the actors, the sound design, and the editing is really what made the film feel alive. Let's talk about the cinematography and the editing of the film. The cinematography is better than average in this film. It was not spectacular, but not bad either. Some of the framings of the actors really impressed me, like how the parents were divided by the mirror, the shots from the valley, from the top of the hill, and the lighting on the face of the spiritual medium, Tangina Baron. The other shots I felt were framed in a very traditional fashion. A little better framing, in my opinion, would have helped the visual storytelling a lot. The editing, on the other hand, was considerably better. The editor, Michael Kahn, was really good at cutting the film to make sense narratively. I do believe some of the scenes could have been cut out, like the subplot involving the neighbor, but overall, I have no issues with the editing. The music in the film was done by Jerry Goldsmith. He was a titan of the industry during his time, and he made scores for films such as Star Trek, the Rambo series, Total Recall, and many others. He was fantastic in his music composition. His music, I feel, was directed by Spielberg, since it had a lot of similarities to John Williams' work in Jaws and Close Encounters. Similar to both of those films, just like Williams, Goldsmith seemed to alternate between three different sound types: silence, upbeat, happy music, and deeper, creepier, like synth notes. It worked very well for the film. The practical and visual effects overall in this film was very good, and they complemented each other very well. I would have to say the visual effects were better than the practical effects in this film. When the visual and practical effects were shown together, it really worked. But when shown separately, it was not as impressive. When the character Marty starts clawing at his own face, uh, the dummy head was not convincing at all. However, in scenes near the children's room and the portal, the beast's head in particular was excellent. The effects were a mixed bag for me, leaning towards good but not amazing. JoBeth Williams and Craig T. Nelson played Diane and Stephen Freeling. The couple seemed to be hippies in love, as evidenced by them smoking pot after the children went to sleep. They seemed to be in sync with each other till the paranormal activity stuff begins. Diane seemed to take it more lightly compared to Stephen, which I found to be a very interesting choice by Spielberg. I wonder why. Um, Overall, I enjoyed both their performances, especially when it came to them portraying loving and concerning parents. The kids were Dana, Robbie, and Carol Ann. All three were good actors, especially the younger two, Robbie and Carol Ann. They definitely outshone Dana's character, who seemed to contribute very little to the plot. I was very impressed by the acting chops of the young actor who portrayed Carol Ann, as she could hold her own in the longer takes of the film. The parapsychologists played a crucial role in the film. Although they were a bit skeptical in the beginning, they soon fall in line with the rest of the family as they see the paranormal activity with their own eyes. I was expecting Dr. Martha to be a sort of antagonist for the film because the lighting on her face, especially during the monologue she was making, was pretty menacing, but I was mistaken. Maybe that was intentional by the director. Zelda Rubinstein played Tangina Barons. She was the highlight of the film for me. Her voice had a very high pitch to it, which made it sound almost childlike. Her screen presence was great, even though she's a shorter actress. And whenever she was on screen, I was listening to each and every word she was saying. I like the line, "This house is clean," with a smugness in her voice. This was intentional misdirection for the next 20 minutes because we soon find out that the beast was not gone yet. I really enjoyed her performance. If I had to think of any criticism of the film, I would say the pacing could have been a little better. The first act did not flow as smoothly as the second or third. Also, the plot didn't have as much subtext like a lot of other Steven Spielberg films. But I have to remember this was technically not a film directed by Spielberg. Overall, I had a blast watching the film. It's already better than 90% of other horror thriller films I've seen, especially the recent ones. I would highly recommend this for anyone who's a fan of the genre. My question to you, again, like the previous video, is are the sequels any good? If so, which ones? Do let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye.